bean tacos. Here are the beans. Ooh. Okay, so yeah, we're gonna be frying up these beans, and then on top of that, we're gonna be putting some grilled peppers, and then on top of that, we're gonna be putting some mango salsa, and then some cilantro coconut sauce cream. I'm not 100% sure how I would call it.
To make the cilantro coconut sauce, you're going to need cilantro, a little bit of mint, coconut milk, lime juice, salt, and just a hint of cayenne pepper. And I put those all into the blender and just mixed until they were creamy. For the tortillas, you're going to need 2 cups of flour, 3/4 cup of warm milk, a teaspoon and a half of baking powder, 1 teaspoon of salt, and 2 teaspoons of vegetable oil. So I already have the flour in my bowl. I'm just putting in the baking powder, salt, and now the oil. And I'm going to mix in the warm milk slowly. And then just mix it until it's combined. You can also do 1/2 cup of whole wheat and then 1/2 cup of regular white flour if you wanted to have them whole wheat. I didn't do that this time, but it's a great option. So once they're all combined, let them rest for 20 minutes. And then once it's done resting, take the dough and divide it up into 8 balls. Totally just snacked on that dough. Classic. So once you've separated them into 8 portions, just cover them up with a towel and let them rest again for 10 minutes. And then after those 10 minutes, roll out the dough and you fry them in a pan without any oil. And just watch out because they tend to get dark really quickly. So once they start bubbling, turn them over. And then they're done. For the mango salsa, you're going to need a mango, 2 tomatoes, shallot, cilantro, lime juice, olive oil, and salt. And the first 3 ingredients are going to be diced. So I'm taking the tomatoes and I'm cutting them into quarters, and then I'm going to cut out kind of the tomato hearts, I guess you would call them. And I'm going to do that to all of them. The seeds are kind of messy and they're a little squishy. So in a salsa, they're not that nice to have. Once they're all cut, I put them in the bowl, and then I'm going to peel the mango. And I ended up using the whole mango, even though here I'm just showing you half of it. But I put the whole mango in. And always make sure to taste everything, because you have to adjust. My mango happened to be really sweet, but if it was too sour, I would have had to add more sugar. So I'm just dicing my shallot now and adding that also to the bowl. Just realized how funny my ponytail is looking. Alright, and then a bunch of cilantro and chop that really roughly. It doesn't need to be very fine. And then some lime juice. This lime was really hard to squeeze, so I got this like wood squeezer. And some olive oil. And salt running around the kitchen. And I got a spoon to mix that all up. And that's done. Make sure to taste. It needed a little bit more sweetener, so I put some agave in it. But it really depends. And it was good. For the beans, you're going to need 2 cups of cooked beans, 1 cup of crushed tomatoes, onions, chili powder, cayenne pepper, cumin, salt, and pepper, and olive oil. And I started out by just sauteing the onions a bit. I used a wok because I think a wok is pretty easy for when you have bigger dishes. And the beans are kind of, I guess, the not so flavorful part of this taco, because the rest was so crazy. So yeah, once your onions are a bit soft, add in your cooked beans. My beans were actually completely undercooked, but I didn't know at the time. And then the crushed tomatoes. something I learned afterwards is if you have beans that still need to be cooked, don't add salt because legumes don't get soft once you add salt. So right now I'm just adding all of the spices, and then I'm going to let it sit, and then we are done. So the way I stacked my taco was first I put a layer of avocado, then a layer of the beans, then the grilled peppers, which I didn't show in this video, but they're super easy to make. Then I put the mango salsa, then the cilantro coconut cream on top, and then just some broccoli sprouts to give it some flavor and life.